So I wanted to talk about some of the news being reported in regards to the Jets and Kirk Cousins over the past few days. Very interesting news, I think. First report was Jets could offer a fully guaranteed deal. Would be the first of its kind. Haven't really seen something like that in the NFL. Contracts in the NFL are very weird. You get like half guaranteed money, and then you can get cut shortly into your contract if the team doesn't like you. But very interesting in terms of the quarterback position. I think I'm more okay with it because it is a quarterback. The rules protect them. I think there's a longer shelf life for them. We're seeing that with Eli, Big Ben, Rivers, Brady, Breeze. Peyton retired real late into his 30s as well. So very cool. I think a lot of fans are going to be scared of that guaranteed number. What is that going to look like? I think it was reported as either a 4 to 6 year deal, somewhere in there. Personally, I would prefer that to be a 5 or 6 year deal. And what you might say, like, oh, well, he's going to get like a $150 million contract if it's a 5 year deal. You're talking like $30 million a year or so. But while that is a scary thought that there would be that much guaranteed money locked up in him, with the quarterback position, generally you're going to want your quarterback that you're signing to a big deal on your team for a long time. And chances are, whatever contract we give Kirk Cousins or offer Kirk Cousins, I think he's going to play out the duration of that contract. If you look at his stats, he's very similar to a Matt Stafford or a Matt Ryan in terms of completions, completion percentage, touchdowns, interceptions, total yards, and I think if you were told, hey, do you want Matthew Stafford for 5 years? Do you want Matt Ryan for 5 years? I think, people would generally say they do. So I think Kirk falls in line with that. The other thing is that, guaranteeing them that contract, you could say it's no money guaranteed. If you offer him a zero guaranteed contract with $150 million total for 5 years. Now all of a sudden, oh, it's great, we have no guaranteed money locked up in him, but realistically, as long as he's on the roster, he's still accounting for $30 million against the cap, depending on how you structure the contract. But each year he will, acquire the same amount of money. You just have the ability to cut him. So one thing that I think could happen is I think people believe that Kirk is going to get over $100 million guaranteed either way. So I think what you could do is you could offer him that 3-year contract, or the first 3 years of his contract, fully guaranteed. I guess this comes into like the next report where it said the Jets could offer as much as $60 million in the first year. Again, mind-blowing number, real scary. But that being said, as you've seen in some of my other videos, Jets are going to have about $111 million in cap space. It's really naive to think that one team is going to be able to sign all the top free agents, especially since so many teams have a lot of money. So, if we sign Kirk to $60 million in the first year, it still gives us enough money to re-sign all our own players like Safarian Jenkins, Claiborne, Davis, Enunwa, and Catanzaro, those guys, while still giving us enough flexibility to go out and get a top tier free agent. You'll have about $12 to $13 million left over after that. So I would like to target like Ryan Jensen, kind of shore up the offensive line if we were to offer Kirk $60 million in year one. The other thing I really like about offering Kirk that much money in year one, because if he's looking for $30 million, you're basically paying him 2 years of his salary in that first year. And if it's fully guaranteed for the first 3 years, you're looking at probably $115 million over the first 3. Which would make the next 2 years significantly less. If you give him that much money so early on, you're talking a very, very low percentage of the cap that's taken up by his deal in years 3, 4, and 5. So when Leonard Williams and Jordan Jenkins need to be re-signed in 3 years, you're going to have that cap space to allocate to them. While still having your franchise quarterback. And I think that is absolutely huge. To put it in perspective, I know we've talked about percentage of cap taken up in the past, but with that much, like $60 million in that first year, you're looking at under 10% of the overall cap in years, 3, 4, and 5 of that deal. That's basically around the same percentage of cap taken up as the 18th highest paid quarterback in 2017. So I'm very much for that idea. I would like it to be probably in that $40 million range for the first year, because I do want to be able to target maybe 2 top tier free agents. But really cool, really interesting stuff. I think the Jets are going to do whatever it takes to try and sign him. I'm not going to live and die if we miss out on Cousins. Fine, whatever. I don't want us to miss out because of the money. I think we have so much money to spend, and you could roll over that money, but to a certain extent, if there's one position to pay all that money to, it really is the quarterback position. So I think, if we don't get Kirk, obviously we turn our attention to the draft. I think we look to trade up immediately. I think to that 1 or 2, 3 spot. The 3 spot will probably be closer to draft day, because we won't know how the quarterbacks will fall. A lot of people think Darnold and Rosen are probably the top 2. If Allen goes 1, maybe more people are inclined to jump up to 3. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of options for the Jets, and I'm really excited. I think I just want them to address that position first and foremost, so that way there are no question marks going forward, at least for the next 4 or 5 years. And drafting a quarterback in the first round or signing Kirk Cousins, I think, does that. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you afraid of the 100% guaranteed contract or $60 million in year 1? I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, go Jets.